Hello, my name is Carlos Ramirez, and my partner is named Uciel Urtiaga. This article is of a surrogate mother that was offered 10 grand to abort a child.
So for the overall summary of the article, we have two sides. We have a surrogate mother, Kelly, and a couple looking to have their fourth child. So a meeting was held and they had a mutual agreement, so a contract was made. It all looked to be fine. Kelly would enjoy her surrogate fee of 22,000 and a couple would welcome home a baby. Until around halfway into Kelly's pregnancy, when she received news that the baby had a cleft lip, an cyst in her brain, and a serious heart defect. Shortly after, the parents tried convincing Kelly to terminate the child, so they offered her $10,000 to have an abortion. Kelly countered with 15, but the couple denied. So instead, the couple threatened Kelly by saying they would be the baby's legal parents and shortly after surrender her to the state, making her warden of the state. Kelly's only choice here was to move to a state that allowed the one carrying the baby to become the mother. She got up and moved to Wisconsin. She waited out the rest of her pregnancy there and found a couple to adopt the baby.
The main ethical issue of interest here is, should the child be aborted or not? Well, there are multiple answers. Social contract theory seems to be the most relevant ethical theory. In order for this theory to work, there needs to be three main premises. First one is that everybody involved is equal in power. Second, everybody is informed about the details. Third, everybody should be better off than in state of nature without social contract. In this particular scenario, to a social contract theorist, there is no discrepancy of power as the couple and Kelly are equal in the upbringing of the incoming newborn. Even the incoming newborn or blob, according to an article by Alan Donegan titled "The Family," as a social contract theorist, he believes that it has moral standing. To explain furthermore, Donegan presents the parental responsibility principle that states, quote, "It is impermissible for human beings voluntarily to become parents of a child and yet refuse to rear it to a stage of development at which it can independently take part in social life." Quote, "The blob is in a continual process of being drafted or born a family and has rights along with it. As to premise 2, a contract was drafted after they liked what they saw in one another. Both parties mutually agreed to terms in the form of a written document of how the pregnancy should be handled and the payouts. However, in my view, I believe that the first two premises do not seem to hold up strongly. In the first premise presented by social contract theory, it can still be debated if the incoming newborn or blob has any moral standing at all. For example, one cannot be too sure what exactly the blob wants, whether to live with damaging defects for the rest of its life or to be aborted. Also, in premise number 2, the two parties seem to be confused or misinformed about the details in the contract. For instance, the article stated that in the initial contract that both parties mutually agreed to, it became unclear as to what constituted fetus abnormality in order for an abortion to be fully exercised without any objection. Legal law in both states also complicated things because it is a form of social contract and it affected those who became the legal parents. In Connecticut, the legal parents was the couple, but in Michigan, it was Kelly. In my personal view, virtue ethics offers the best perspective on what should be done. A virtue ethicist would say that the incoming child should have the right to live based on its principles of unnatural acts and virtues that every human should display. This ethical theory would state that it is immoral to conceive an incoming child just to have it aborted. This would be because the incoming child would not live to flourish to an adult and fulfill their true potential in life.
In my personal opinion, I felt Kelly was wrong to decide to become a surrogate mother for the couple. I don't see how, after having two miscarriages, you would still be volunteering to have kids for other people. The only logical explanation was doing it for the money. Why else would you ask for more money to have an abortion when claiming to be a strong Catholic? It just doesn't make any sense to me. She had lost her job before getting pregnant, and she sometimes couldn't make rent. So the couple would be kind enough to give her the monthly surrogate fee sooner to help her pay for rent. Kelly's only income was the surrogate fee each month of $2,222 and child support from her daughter's father. It just makes me believe that Kelly's intentions were to make money all along.